I'd like to welcome Jason Biggs to Sidewalks Entertainment. Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. How are you?
I am doing so great. I am so excited to have you on our show today. And it just so happens that not only am I a big fan of your work, but I'm also a big fan of Edward's Desserts. So I literally have one of their pies in my freezer right now.
They're legit. It's so good.
They are.
Yeah.
They
Which
really
pie do you
are.
have which pie do you have in your freezer right now? I'm curious. Which flavor? What's your jam?
Actually, is that the chocolate cream? Because
That's my
that's it.
favorite.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm a big fan of their key lime pies.
Oh, so great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So you've been in so many films and TV shows through the years. Let's talk about how your career began. I mean, how did you get your start in to be a professional actor?
Boy, I started when I was a kid. I was a kid actor in New York. I was 5 years old. My older sister was doing it, so I kind of followed in her footsteps. And yeah, I just started doing like commercials and voiceovers and eventually theater. I did Broadway and then some TV series. And then, yeah, when I was 19, went out to LA for a TV series that was canceled, but I decided to stay out in LA and auditioned for and got American Pie, shortly thereafter. So, yeah.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I mean, many of us remember your character, Jim Levinstein, in the 1999 film American Pie. Great movie, an iconic role. Oh my gosh. So tell me the story about how you got casted for your role in that film.
So, it was just a regular audition process. It was a really good time, first of all, to be an actor at 19 years old in Los Angeles. It was like there was a resurgence of teen comedies happening over those couple of years, and I was right in the middle of it and the right age, and I was auditioning for all of them and would have been happy to have booked any of them. But I remember reading the script for American Pie. It wasn't called American Pie at the time, but I remember reading it and thinking, "Oh, this is really special. This is different than all the others." And I auditioned for casting, and then Joseph Middleton, casting director, brilliant. Then he brought me back to read for the directors, Chris and Paul Weitz, brilliant. And then I met with Universal, who is the studio behind it. And then, eventually I was offered the part. It was a pretty straightforward process for me. And then I started hearing about all the other roles that were cast, and it was just, yeah, it's just amazing.
So on a side note, that movie also had such a great soundtrack. Who were
Yes.
the who were the music artists that you were like into around that time?
I mean, Blink 182. I love Blink
Of
182.
course.
I was
Yeah.
listening. I was listening to Dude Ranch, and I found out that they were going to be in the movie and they were going to do a song for it. Yeah, Blink 182 was sort of the big one for me. But I mean, there's so many bands, so many great songs. Tonic, Harvey Danger, Green Day, of course. Green Day
Yes.
is in it. It's like, yeah.
And so were you able to hang out with Blink 182 a lot because of that film? That
I
was
wish I could say that Travis Barker was,
Yeah.
still my buddy. No, I met some of them, or all of them. That's a little hazy. I'm not quite sure. I think I was there the day they filmed because I remember the Monkees. So you know what? I did meet them, but yeah, but that was it. Just the one day.
that's so amazing.
Yeah.
So was there another cult classic film or like really popular film back then that you had auditioned for but didn't get the part?
Oh boy. I mean, there were so many that I auditioned for and did not get the part. I'm trying to. None of them broke out the way American Pie did. I mean, so there wasn't one that I was like, oh, I wish it was that one. It was like, I definitely got the one. But yeah, and I'd come to LA right after She's All That. So, but interestingly, side note, She's All That. the party scene, the house that they filmed at, was the same house that we shot our big party scene at for Stifler's party. Same house. Same house
Oh, that's
in LA, same
awesome.
house. Isn't that crazy? Like
That is
a
crazy.
year afterwards. It was wild.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you're off work, what are your hobbies when you have free time?
Oh boy. Well, I have two sons, so I have free time is a myth at this point. But it's I like to bike ride. I'm in New York. I like to bike ride. I like to I like to travel when we have time. We travel as a family quite a bit, which is really great. So, but otherwise, I'm just I'm hanging and being a dad. I'm a class parent for my sons, and I'm doing the thing.
That is bravery being a class parent. I never sign up for that.
That's funny.
More power to you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, in celebration of the 25th anniversary of the 1999 film American Pie, Edwards Desserts created the Edwards Anniversary Apple Pie. And to celebrate, you did a recreation of your iconic pie scene from the film American Pie. This scene can be watched at edwardsdesserts.com.
Hmm.
I saw it. It is so great. I love it. I literally squealed when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. So, without giving it too much away, what was it like to film this scene again 20 years later?
It was pretty surreal, to be honest. I mean, yeah, Edwards, they've been such a great partner. And, to commemorate, like you said, the 25th anniversary of the movie, we decided to recreate the scene, reimagine it, in a PG version, of course. But where I'm essentially, I kind of flip into the Eugene dad role, which was very cool for me to do. And yeah, it's a shot for shot almost remake of the original scene, it's very cool. I think it's really cute, really funny. And and then additionally, Edwards created this incredible pie to go along with it. It's their version of an apple pie. It's no ordinary apple pie. Being an Edwards fan, that they have to take it to another level. So this has vanilla cookie crust and spiced apple pie compote and white chocolate cream and salted caramel. I mean, it's insane. It will not be available in stores. You can only get it. You can enter to win it at pieloversunite.com. And you could also win some memorabilia that signed by myself and for American Pie, which is cool. But yeah, it just felt to me, for me, it's a perfect way to celebrate the 25th anniversary, was to jump into that scene again, but in a different and refreshing way.
And I saw the pie. Haven't tasted it yet. I'm gonna have to
It's
enter
great.
to win. Yeah, but it's like extra fancy. It has like all the works on the
Oh
top,
yeah,
and
some gold
like you
leaf.
said, like
Yeah,
you said, with the crust and everything, amazing.
yeah, it's
So since
fancy.
we're
We
on,
fancy.
yeah, y'all fancy,
Yeah.
y'all fancy. So, since we're talking about pie, so you said your personal favorite, apart from this anniversary pie, is your chocolate cream.
Love the chocolate cream.
So,
Yes.
what is a personal favorite pie for you to make? Do you bake at all? Do you know how to make pie? Or
I'm not a big baker.
oh,
I have a banana bread recipe that I'll whip out on occasion, but not much of a baker. But it's interesting because I think I would be a very good baker because I take direction very well. I'm very, I can read recipes. I'm very precise. Jenny, my wife, is much more abstract. She's more of a stew or a soup or a one pan kind of recipe gal, where she can just kind of throw things in a pot or a pan and kind of eyeball it. I tend to be precise. And so in theory, I would make a good baker, but I haven't really experimented. But if I did, I'd probably try strawberry because I do love a strawberry pie.
oh, that sounds amazing. I
Yeah.
actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever had a
Oh,
strawberry pie before. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
good.
have to try that.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll start baking.
yeah.
I don't
In fact, I'm going to push my friends at Edwards
know.
to make a strawberry pie. Strawberry,
Yes,
strawberry
yes.
cream pie.
Well, I
I,
was just gonna say, I mean, with Edwards, you don't really need to make your own pie because you got Edwards.
that's true. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So for those of us who've been really big fans of your work since American Pie, what would you like to say to your fans that are watching right now?
Oh boy, just thank you. As I sit here 25 years removed from from the release of the first movie, it's I have a lot of gratitude and appreciation for just how widespread this movie has been in terms of its fan base and it's people connecting to it and loving it. When I interact with fans about this movie, it's only positive. No one's. It's just it brings back a lot of good memories for people, and I'm happy and proud that I get to be a part of that. And so yeah, so thank you.
So not only with American Pie, but like you've been, as I mentioned earlier, you've been in so many films. Two of my personal favorites was one, Wedding Days.
Oh
I
sure.
loved Wedding Days,
Yep.
but another one that kind of hit close home for me was your film Loser.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I don't know, the way that why I resonated with that film was I've been through that where you just
Mm.
really wanted to fit in. And
Yeah.
that was one of the reasons why I really appreciated your character in that film. But
Yeah.
overall, with all your work through the years, really great work. And I'm just, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. It really was such a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
And everyone, you can watch Jason in that remake of his iconic pie scene on edwardsdesserts.com. Jason, you take care.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.